Jaishankar is all set to roll out the red carpet for the President of Russia. The External Affairs Minister is going to receive President Putin on his arrival. And Rishabh is getting us more on that front. Yes, Rishabh.
Well, definitely. See, the way things are trickling in, the information is trickling in. First, the reckless, now the nuclear-powered submarine. Also, what Peskov said that the SMRs could be one major announcement during this visit as well. So this is an all-important visit where focus is on defense and trade between India and Russia. Now the news has come in that External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar would be the minister in waiting at Technical Airport when the Russian president lands at around 6:35 p.m. this evening. Remember, External Affairs Minister, as per protocol, there is a minister that goes, and here in this thing, what we are given to understand that when Putin lands in India, it would be External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar who would be receiving him straight from the airport. What we are given to understand, the Russian president would be moving to 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, the official residence of the Prime Minister of India, where there will be a restricted meeting, and then that will follow. That would be followed by a private dinner being hosted by the Prime Minister. Remember, when the Prime Minister went to Moscow in July 2024, the first visit in the third term of Prime Minister Modi, Putin held a private dinner at his private residence as well for PM Modi. The visuals are still afresh in all our minds. Those visuals showed the camaraderie between the two leaders sitting at the top position.
And what added more depth to that was the car ride. The car ride that happened in Tianjin. Rishabh, stay on with us. It's not just diplomacy. When you talk about this bilateral relationship or this dosti between India and Russia, one aspect of that is trade as well between both the countries. So let's take a look at where that stands in terms of trade ties. Bilateral trade is at $65.70 billion at the moment, 65.70, and the target by 2030 is to increase it from 65 to $100 billion. Let's take a look at the oil imports that India does from Russia, the Russian oil import. Before Ukraine war, 2.5% of the imports happened from Russia. After Ukraine war, 35.8% imports. December 2025 projection is 20% imports approximately. This is something that the American president has a problem with, the Russian oil import. Let's go back to Rishabh, who continues to be with us. Like I said, Rishabh, it's not just diplomacy. The most important and one of the most important aspects of this relationship is also the trade ties that both nations now want to grow at a steady pace, and the target by 2030 is $100 billion.
Well, Swati, if you talk about trade, see, there is an imbalance, and that is being acknowledged by both the sides. Even the Kremlin spokesperson, Peskov, very categorically said that yes, there is an imbalance, and Russia needs to import more from India. So it also gives an avenue, an opportunity to Indian investors and Indian businesses to invest in Russia, also to export Indian goods to Russia. So bridging that trade deficit is something that India is also eyeing through this visit. So that is also very important. That's the reason that we saw the Deputy Prime Minister, the first Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, meeting Finance Minister in the Parliament, and then meeting CIN, the Minister for Commerce and Industries, at Bharat Mandapam just a while ago. So Russia, which has come in with a delegation of about 135 members, which include governors, ministers, CEOs, sportsperson, cosmonauts, then chess masters, Hollywood actors. They all have come here with a multi-dimensional, multi-avenue setup where India and Russia are going to further their partnership. See, India and Russia has called their relationship privileged strategic partnership. It's time to take it one notch further.
Rishabh, we were just reflecting and talking about the nuclear sub-deal between India and Russia. Let's put the spotlight back on the defense dosti between Delhi and Moscow. So Russia is India's largest defense partner. This is how the defense dosti between Delhi and Moscow is growing. 36% arms import happened between 2020 and 2024. 36% arms imports 2020-24 they are supplied by Russia, 72% in 2010. This happened between 2010 to 2014. India has 260 plus Sukhoi 30 MKIs and S-400 defense shields. Now the request the proposal is for Sukhoi Su-57. That is likely to be made.